This podcast is brought to you with Strongbow. Hey Huns, did you have the summer of greatness? This summer, Strongbow has partnered with Hunsnet to bring you the best Pride season ever. And we hit the road sprinkling some Strongbow greatness in the only way we knew how. From London to Manchester, we brought the ultimate Pride warm-up parties at the Strongbow Takeabout brunches presented by Hunsnet in and around Pride weekends. Not only that, Strongbow came back for Fabuloso in the Park at Brighton and Hove Pride for one massive party at the Strongbow Stage of Greatness. Thanks for getting so involved and helping to make this Pride season the best ever with Strongbow and Hunsnet. Over 18s only, please drink Strongbow responsibly. For more information, visit bedrinkaware.co.uk.
We're here at the final episode of That's So Hun. We got to the end of the season, we got through the summer of greatness, and I'm here to recap the best bits and our favourite bits with my favourite hun of the day. It's Electra Fence, welcome back.
Hello, I'm back. No, I'm not back. I was here last week.
Yeah, you are.
I'm back again. Well, I am back actually. Yeah,
We're
that's
back
what back
for the final
means.
episode. Christ.
Oh, it's been a long day.
Can you
Cass.
believe that we've made it all through the season without falling out?
To be honest, Kath, I can't believe it.
Can you not?
No.
Did you honestly think way back when we started this back in May that you'd still be here on the sofa at the end? Because I didn't.
Oh, Kath, you know, I've got dirt on you, so you can't get rid of me, Kathy.
Let's see how that dirt sticks. Well, I tell you what, I thought because it's the final episode and because we've had an iconic season with some iconic guests, some iconic moments, some iconic hun moments, I thought we'd do a bit of a recap of our final of our favourite bits from the first series. So we're going to delve into the archives. Can you remember who our first guests were, by the way?
Oh, our first guest. Yeah, of course. It was Jordan and Henry.
Yeah, way
back many centuries ago.
Way back. And can you remember what the honeyest moments were for you of the season?
Yes, there are a few, actually. Do you want me to say them now?
Well, I tell you what, let's list them.
Do you know what? I really enjoyed Diane's gin book.
The gin book.
That gin book was just something else.
It's come up quite a lot over my summer because we saw Diane at Brighton, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I saw her recently. I've been working with her on a project, and I also saw her at the NTAs. And we were talking about that gin book. And every time I see her now, I'm always like, are there any gins that have been added?
Yeah,
to
has she
the
added
book?
any more?
Well, I'd had a couple of drinks at the NTAs, and she probably did add some right there, you know, like a canned drink, but I don't know. Oh. Should we check it out?
Yeah, let's check it out, babes.
So, as you know, every week on the podcast, we ask our guest to bring something with them that they think is so hun, because as you know, hun culture is, there's no Bible for it. You can have your own version of it. So every time our guests come on, we ask them to bring something that they think is so hun. So Diane, what have you brought with you to the podcast that you think is so hun?
Okay, so slight story about this.
Go on.
I was asked whilst I was in London, having left my home, packed and everything, if I would have an item with me. And I thought, oh my God, I'm here in London without an item. Uh-huh. So I panicked, texted my daughter this morning and said, I don't have an item. What I'm going to do? She said, don't be ridiculous. Look in your handbag, you'll find something. Yeah. And lo and behold, apparently this is very sort of hun culture-ish. So this is it's my gin book that I write down all the gins that I have drunk going through the alphabet. I didn't realise that was a hun thing to do. I thought most people did it. So I've got, for example, I've tried Agnes Arbour, Aviation, Iberfalls, Alnwick. And so it goes on. B's are full.
So it's not just one per letter. It's
God, no, it's as many as I can get in.
And Diane says she's not a bit of a goer.
Yeah, but the hangovers don't make it a goer. So far I'm doing, I've got F, Feckin' Irish gin. That is a real one, yep. £50 Fisher's Firkins. So, gee, I didn't realise I'd drunk so much. No I's yet. So if anybody out there wants to come forward with some gins beginning with I, I'm so far doing okay. I've actually completed so far all of them apart from, no Q's. I have no Q gins. Let me see. ST. Yep. U, unicorn tears. Tried that. V is violet gin. W, X. No X gins either. Now that would be a challenge.
Yeah.
Y, York gin. And Z, zing, zealot's heart, and zesty orange, which is a Lytham gin. There you go. And I also rate them as well as I go along. And I thought most people might consider doing that, but
Well,
obviously
It's leopard print as
not.
well, so that's very, very hun.
Yeah.
It's leopard print, right?
Is it leopard?
I think so.
Well, yeah, you could say.
It's animal print, because animal print is the official colour of Huns.
Well,
So
do you know how many dresses I've got with animal prints on them?
You should bring out your own gin.
That'd be good, but we're still thinking of fizzy rosé. would be
Yeah,
good.
definitely. Like Kylie.
Yeah.
yeah. One of my favourite items, and one of the things that did really well on social media this year, was when we had May Muller in and we delved into the demise of Topshop and the conundrum of what IKEA is going to look like on Oxford Street.
I'm still blown away by that.
Well, there is a bit of an update, because I go past the former Topshop, soon to be IKEA, quite
Right.
often. And it's been pushed back, of, saying that it's going to open. However, they have now got IKEA branding at the front of it.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it's close.
So, but like, are we still going to be like buying wardrobes down Oxford Street?
We
What are
did this on
doing?
the episode. Should we just check out that part of the
Yeah, I'm
episode?
confused by this.
Still confused.
American Apparel was a sort. I'm like, was that like a fever dream? It was. They really had the girls in a chokehold.
I always remember that American Apparel, the shops were quite messy inside, weren't they? Because they weren't as like clean.
Yeah, because the girls working there, we weren't.
Can't be asked. I'm just here for the disco pant, 50%
I was there
off.
for the discount and the discount only. I remember my manager was so like, she'd been there for like 15 years, and I was like, I'm literally 17.
Yeah.
You're paying me £7 an hour, like. I'm just gonna hang out on the shop floor and like look pretty.
You've just reminded me of something. What were the? Because I actually think it's a massive disservice to the youth of today that Topshop and Topman isn't on the high street.
No, that breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Where are the girls gonna get their jewelry from?
Exactly. You just, I know there are other shops are available, but that shop on Oxford Street, it was like
No,
Disney.
that was when I heard that was closing down. That hurt me a bit. Like I hadn't gone in there for like years, but I was like, this is gonna like, what am I gonna do?
That's where you'd meet your friends. Like, where are you? Oh, I'm outside Topshop. Oh, I'll meet you there then.
Yeah.
Like, do you know
Where
what
are
I mean?
people meeting that? Because it's turning into an IKEA. You don't want to say, "Oh, meet me outside IKEA."
Also,
I know what you're going to ask. I think.
yeah, am I just being silly? You're not gonna go to Oxford Street and buy like a bed frame.
Yes.
Right, this is the thing. Right,
How's it gonna work? Where are you gonna park your car?
I'm so imagine walking to the underground with a Malmchester drawers on your shoulder.
Now, like in rush hour as
in
well.
rush hour.
Is it just gonna be an IKEA full of like smaller household things?
Meatballs. It's going to be full of meatballs.
Meatballs and what are they?
Hot dogs.
And the little cinnamon rolls that they had.
Yeah.
Those meatballs.
They are banging.
So
Michelin star.
Genuine point on this IKEA thing. This is something that has kept me awake for a while, and I got to the point last year where I actually did this call out on social media, and I was like, I need to know, because this is like bothering me. How are people going to walk through Oxford Street with like loads of furniture? And apparently it's going to follow the model of the store in Hammersmith, which is basically like the marketplace downstairs. So when you go to the big IKEA and then you go downstairs,
So they're going to be selling like lamps and stuff.
lamps and things that you
But
can
still carrying a lamp home.
yeah, but apparently
Like a bedside lamp.
yeah.
Oh, right, that's all right then.
Yeah.
Cradle
But
lamp.
apparently it's still going to have some of the showroom there, but you order it for delivery.
That is rubbish.
It's rubbish.
I also feel like that is such a huge space that you could have used that for
Yeah.
something more
You've got a lot of
interesting.
feelings.
Yeah.
No, I'm
towards
so
IKEA.
passionate about
Yeah.
it. Like I just don't understand. Like you
IKEA
took Topshop away for lamps. Like I'm pissed.
There's the TikTok.
Yeah, there's the IKEA, Oxford Street. If you do want to get in touch and issue a statement on what the actual premise of this shop is, we will include it. We spoke about our first guests, and of course that was Jordan and Henry from Big Brother, and of course Big Brother is coming back very, very soon, which I'm very, very excited about.
Can't wait.
Maybe we will have some stars of this season's Big Brother on the Sofa for season 2.
Maybe.
The one thing that I've been wondering about, though, and I've seen Jordan and Henry a couple of times since we've recorded, they did actually, in fact, get an air fryer in the end.
Did they?
They got one, yeah.
I am obsessed now. Jordan seems to have dived more into the cooking TikToks and things.
Yeah.
And I'm yet to see the I nearly said hairdryer then. The air fryer. I'm yet to see that on his TikTok.
Shall we remind everybody, if they don't know what we're talking about,
Yeah.
about Jordan and Henry's air fryer, not to be confused with hairdryer, dilemma?
I'm sure you could dry your hair in a hair fryer.
Talking about So Hun, on the episodes, we ask our guests to bring in or tell us something that you think is So Hun. Now, there's no right or wrong answers because, as we said at the top, Hun culture is so individual and everybody's got their own version of Hun. So, have you brought in or got anything to share with us that you think is So Hun?
So, before I show you a little gift that we were given recently, one thing I just wanted to talk about was, like, air fryers.
Air fryers is the official product of Hun.
Air fryers have become like this cult, I think.
Yeah.
People who own air fryers, people start naming their air fryers.
I've never heard of that. Have you named yours?
No, we don't have one.
No.
You quite like
well,
one.
you don't want one, do you? So.
You don't... Oh, domestic.
Get the popcorn, here we go.
Anyone want to give them a hair
No,
dryer?
but you quite like turkey dinosaurs,
I
don't
love
you?
turkey dinosaurs.
So maybe
You're right up my street. Do you like a turkey drumstick as well?
Yeah.
When the oil seeps out of them.
Just shove them all in
Oh
the
my
air fryer.
God, yes.
Johnny,
Henry,
get
do
an
you
air
want to sit
fryer.
here? I'll sit there.
So, air fryers, you think are Hun?
Yes.
Well, they are.
Very, very Hun. And I feel like people that have them kind of, do they get hypnotized by them? They talk about them a lot.
Yep.
We were at someone's flat the other day and they had like this wall of like air fryer recipe books. It is very, very Hun.
It is. I think it's the convenience. I think it's the fact that I think something that contributed to it as well is that there was like a tier of air fryers. Obviously, Ninja was at the top, and you couldn't get them anywhere. And I think people get obsessed with something when they can't get them. I was one of those people. So I've got to be honest with you. I am a 2-time air fryer owner. I bought one from Asda. And I thought, because I didn't really want to get involved with it, I was like, no, I'm not getting involved with the air fryer. It's going to be a slippery slope. Bought it and then realised that you can't actually cook a whole meal in there until you've got a double drawer. So let's settle this now. Where are you at with air fryers? So I feel if you want one, Jordan, you should get one.
get one.
No, I don't know where it will go.
I've
Next to your little
dominated
Lego
quite a
set.
big part of the kitchen with my coffee machine, and you don't drink coffee.
Are you bean
So I
to
think
cup?
It's only fair that you take the other side of the island.
Are you bean to cup, Henry?
To cup?
Yeah, no,
bean to cup.
bean to
no,
cup.
I was like, where's cup?
As everyone knows, we ask our guests every week to bring in an item that they think is so Hun. And we've had some absolute corkers, haven't we?
We have. Like Yimran's little stolen... 'cause it was stolen from someone's garden, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, but let's not out Yinrun as a
Sorry,
thief, because she's not...
Just to clarify, Yimran is not a thief. Just
no,
saying.
it was a worry worm.
That was it. But worms are in at the minute, like boar worm. Not that. But have you seen the whole boar worm thing?
No.
Oh, Yimran knew back in the past that worms are going to be in. You need to check out the boar worm thing.
Is it like a trend on TikTok?
It's a trend. It's so funny.
Do you want to
Not the-
elaborate a bit more on it?
We'll get the boar worms in. Put that in.
Can you? What is this ball worm?
So, not the boar worms. Not the boar worms. Have you seen? Do you know T.S. Madison?
Yes.
Right, you need to dive into her TikToks and look into that. The boar worms. It started. That's where I've seen the start, but I don't know the origin. But I think the origin is Yinrun bringing in that worry worm that she borrowed from somebody's front garden.
Yeah, let's check out the story here, just so that we can so everybody knows, if you've just tuned into this episode, that Yinrun did not actually steal it. And let's find out about the worry worm. Now, Yinrun, we ask all of our guests to bring something that you think is so Hun to the podcast,
Yes.
so we can talk it. What's behind the You OK Hun fan, Yinrun?
I got this.
What is
This is a worry worm.
a worry worm?
Yes, and I name her Wendy.
Wendy the worry worm.
Wendy the worry worm. I found it. at Berwick upon tweet, and someone was hanging it outside of their front door, saying like, "I am a worry worm, and if you pick me up, hopefully I can make you day."
Oh, so it's like an inspirational
Yes,
worry worm.
Live, laugh, love, worry worm.
And this is so cute. Facebook asks for random kindness. Please post a photo if you can.
So you've got. Can I have a look at it?
Yes.
So what's the concept? So I'm a little worry worm, just waiting here alone. If I brightened up your day, I hope you'll take me home. This is a poem, by the way. It sounds. If you're ever feeling sad, then hold me for a while. I'm always sad. I'm a little crochet pal. I'm here to make you smile.
So you've taken that off someone's front door?
They said I can take it if I feel it. Thank you. Yes.
Well, we must take a picture of it because I'm sure the person who's made the worry worm would never expect that the worry worm has made it from Berwick upon Tweed down to London and on this podcast. Well, thank you for bringing in Wendy the worry worm. She is definitely so hun. And for anyone in Berwick on Tweed, if you are missing a worry worm, then Yinrun's stolen it.
The Strongbow Summer of Greatness is drawing to a close, but what better way to accompany the change of season than with Strongbow's new flavoured ciders? We've got Tropical, a taste partnership of mangoes and pineapples. We've got Zest with the citrus vibes of oranges, lemons and limes. And we've got Strawberry. Well, with strawberries, of course. The question is, do you think Strawberry will be stunning, Tropical the tastiest, or Zest is best? The choice is yours. Over 18s only, please drink Strongbow responsibly. For more information, visit bedrinkawear.co.uk.
I think one of our listeners or viewers' favourite item that people brought in was Chris and Elizabeth Hall when they brought in the digital camera, because we uploaded this to TikTok, that particular clip, and it's gone wild. It keeps going, like it's got bigger and bigger and bigger, like hundreds of thousands of views, and everybody sharing their experience with taking a digital camera on a night out.
Since watching that, I've been obsessed with cameras now.
Yeah.
Like, do you know those disposable ones as well? I've been taking them on nights out.
Have you?
Yeah, taking picky wickies.
Where have you been going on a night out without me?
Oh, Cav, I do have other friends, Cav.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well,
myself.
Let's check out what Chris actually did. An amazing story, actually. He set the scene for digital cameras. I think we should revisit
Very
it
good
now.
storyteller.
Very good storyteller, and did amazingly at Edinburgh. Love you, Chris. Every week on the podcast, we ask our guests to bring in something that you think, or tell us something that you think is so hun, and throw it out there into the hun world, because hun culture is so individual to everybody, but it's so inclusive to everybody. So what have you brought that you think is so hun?
Well, we've brought from our flat. Don't ask me how it still exists, but it is a shiny purple magenta disposable not disposable digital camera where back in the day, everybody, children, if you're watching, people used to go out to the club, yes, and they'd have already taken 50 photos at the pre-drinks and already uploaded it to Facebook saying pre-drinks at Becky's.
Yeah, in its own folder.
In its own folder. And then you'd be on the bus and you'd take 30 photos on the bus and it would say bus to Kingston for Becky's 18th, and there'd be 30 more photos there. Then you'd be in the club and there'd be 3 albums of 60 photos. Facebook used to only be children. Facebook only used to have 60 photos in an album, if you could imagine that. And then thank God they made it much. They made the albums much bigger, thank goodness. And you'd have three albums that say Becky's 18th. Yeah.
So true.
And then you'd come home and you'd have a pizza party at home and you'd have an album that said after the club for Becky's 18th. So in one night, 3 albums, there would be about 200 tagged photos of you on Facebook that you then I'd sit in my bed and tag everyone in it and then put a status up and say, I've done my tags, enjoy. all the
Some
time.
people are too lazy. They'd be like, tag yourself.
Tag yourself.
yourself.
I know you knew they were the snakes.
Yeah.
If you've been the photographer all night, you do the tagging.
Yeah.
It was so good. Those times were great. The OG selfie comes from one of those cameras as well.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Heard that?
Indeed.
And you actually take as many photos now, because if you ever look at your camera roll, you've taken 10 selfies of yourself and then you pick one. But back in the day, you'd post all 10 of them and be like,
Choose
lovely,
your best.
10 photos. Yeah. Do you know what? Maybe I'll charge it up and take it to Hoopla.
I think you should, because there is
What, do you know
also
what's on
actually.
it?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's actually a scary thought.
Oh.
We shouldn't delve.
God, I wouldn't even know. Oh, it must be it used to be a cable, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can get one of those on like Amazon or something.
We'll do a bonus episode at the end of the season and we'll find out what really is on their camera.
Yeah. But yeah, I just love the. Oh God. I just think the color of it as
Yeah.
well is just perfectly
It's
hun.
So
Do you know what I
hun.
mean? It really says like this is Kelly's camera.
Kelly's
That's
camera.
Kelly.
Is it bad that I'm getting a bit anxious seeing that camera? I'm
It's
like,
not your camera.
I'm like, what's on that camera?
Of course, our guests bring in something that they think is so hun, but every week, as you know, we bring something from the past that has contributed to hun culture in today's day and age. Now, Electra, this is probably the last time that we're going to see the Hunt Street box for a while. How do you feel?
Pretty sad. I'm going to miss that velour. Can we insert some sad music? I'm going to miss that velour box. I love this box. Can I take it home?
You can have that as a gift.
Shut up.
Really quite pricey. Never underestimate
Put
the
some
price.
celebration music in.
Exactly. So what has been some of your favourite items from the Hunt Street box this season?
My favourite item that was in this box was the gladiator belt.
The Gladiator belt.
You gave me that to take home,
Yeah.
and I've been wearing it around the house doing all the cleaning and everything,
Really?
all around the towns and everything.
All around the town. I have been seeing the Gladiator belt, like, you know, because obviously when we recorded the episode, that
Yeah.
was way back in the summer and everybody's at festivals. The Gladiator belt has been a staple at this year's summer festivals.
It has, but they're wearing it different. I think.
Yeah.
They're wearing it not like we used to wear it.
Mm.
It's got, I don't know, it seems more, I don't know, more high-waisted, and they're wearing it over these white skirts as well.
Do you know what? One of my favourite items that we brought out was when we brought out the Kimberly Walsh eyelashes
Yes.
with Marisha Wallace. And I was like, have you ever seen this before? And she's like, no. And she's like, why are they so big? And we were like, well, it's because they're the festival edition.
The festival babes. Oh, she was a good guest,
Yeah,
was
we
our
love
Marisha.
Marisha.
She's got a good song at the minute, hasn't she?
Yes, I don't want a man. I need a man.
Cry, baby.
Definitely not that.
It is.
Is it?
It says cry, baby, in it.
Stunning.
Stunnerlingus.
So, every week on That's So Hun, we like to take a delve into the Hun archives and find Hun artifacts from the past that have contributed to being a Hun in this day and age. Now, Electra, we've got a good one this week, haven't we?
We have in the gorgeous Hunstry box. Are you ready for this?
I'm not ready.
You're
Tell
not
me.
ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
You said that with
What
some
is it?
determination.
Now that's a little clue. In this week's Hunstry box, we have. I tried to do a drum roll then in the box. We have the Girls Aloud eyelashes. These are the festival ones. Whose are these?
Those are nice. Let me see.
You're not having them. Now take this. Have a little
Let me
look.
see. Why are they winged to hell? Lordy be.
So we thought, because you work in showbiz and you're, you know, when you put your makeup on for stage, you need to have the lashes. We thought
Wow.
that we would bring back the Girls Aloud
Look
eyelashes.
we need to let the audience see this.
Yeah, show the camera.
Like,
Oh
this
yeah,
is-
work it.
ooh.
So, Marisha, have you ever seen the Girls Aloud eyelashes before?
I have never seen these before in my life.
So,
But we did the Girls Aloud song on CBB.
you did.
Yes.
Something kind of ooh.
Makes me kinda.
Baby, they brought that out to me. So I had to teach the whole house how to sing in an hour and a half. And they said, okay, we're going to tell you what the songs are. And then they said, okay, here's the girl song. Something kind of ooh, jumping on my tutu. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't really know this song like this to teach it. I had literally learned it in 5 minutes. It's got so many lyrics, boo.
But the thing is, this is like Girls Aloud lyrics. They just don't make sense
And
either.
they don't stop.
They just keep going.
Them poor girls in that CBB, they were out of breath. They were like, they were dying. Laura, ZZ. But honey, they should have had these Girls Aloud lashes because they might have been able to stand the test.
Yes. And I think you've got her in your box there at the moment. We had to bring her out one more time. It's the lovely Nutty Tart.
This little slag. Look at her. Oh, wait, I should call her a slag, actually. Little Nutty Tart.
We actually put Nutty Tart v Groovy Chick online as a bit of a poll on who would win a celebrity death match. And it was a renowned Nutty Tart would knock out new Groovy Chick.
Of course, she's got a solid head.
Indeed.
This was with Tanya, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, she's got a right solid head, and Tanya was like, she's got a right solid head, hasn't she? But look at this little bag that she's got on her back. That's very Brat Summer, this bag.
Yeah, Nutty Tart's had a Brat Summer.
Nutty. Oh, my
Velcro.
God. That's amazing. What's in your little bag, Nutty?
The reason why I chose this is because we spoke about Groovy Chick a few weeks ago on the pod. Now, do you remember Groovy Chick?
No.
So Groovy Chick was like this line drawing, and it was on all the pencil cases and everything.
Oh,
of the
yes,
kids.
I do. Of
You
course
do,
I do,
yeah.
yeah.
So we spoke about Groovy Chick the other week, and it got me thinking that if you couldn't afford Groovy Chick, you had what's in this box. So Electra.
Oh, I thought she was more pricey.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I lied about that. Maybe it's not a price point. Maybe if you weren't Groovy Chick, you were this person. So what's in the Hun Street box this week?
You're definitely this one.
Am I?
In this week's
Turkey.
I'm a turkey. I'm a burrito.
She meant the country, babes. Are you ready? In this week's Hustry box is the Nutty Tart.
Do you remember Nutty Tart?
Yeah, Nutty Tart.
She's more of a doorstop, this one. What the hell? Catch this.
So it's a
she's
Nutty
a heavy
Tart.
one.
So this is Nutty Tart. If you remember Groovy Chick, you will obviously know Nutty Tart. She was available, I think, was it Clinton's Cards?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
No, it was.
It was Clinton's
Yes.
Cards. And she had a family of people that
Ralphie on the
supported
back,
her.
me and Ralphie.
She looks fab. So she was on all the cards and the mugs and everything in around Y2K. What I want to know though is if you know Nutty Tart, I want to know if there was a celebrity death match between Groovy Chick and Nutty Tart, who would win? Let us know in the comments.
Groovy Chick.
Groovy
She looks
Chick.
a right bitch.
She
Yeah.
would deck her.
I think
Yeah,
Groovy Chick.
I mean, look, it doesn't stand a chance.
No.
I reckon Nutty Tart's probably all bravado. I'm a dead
Yeah,
Nutty
I
Tart.
said-
Don't mess with me.
Is she Scouse? Nutty Tart's not Scouse. Is she Scouse?
Nutty Tart's got a head like a frozen coconut, though, so she nuts her.
Oh, that
Yeah,
is true.
yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but little Groovy Chick's got slim legs and she could just go boom.
I reckon
My
Groovy Chick.
shoe nearly fucking came off.
I reckon Groovy Chick's a biter.
Oh, she's a biter.
Scratcher.
Now, I've got a question. When I pulled that out, it made me think about Clinton's Cards.
Yeah.
What was that bear called that everyone had?
Oh,
The grey one.
The grey bear with the love
Is it
heart.
me to,
miserable looking one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you got
is
it
it-
for Valentine's, your birthday. your
Yeah.
funeral.
is it me to you, babe?
Yeah, that's
yes,
it. That's it. Me
it.
to you.
Now, is that still going? Is that a
don't
thing?
I don't think
so.
Clinton Cards is still going.
Yeah, Clinton Cards is.
In- up north it is, babe.
Oh, it is up north. It's big.
We've still
business
got
up north.
Woolworths up there, babe.
Yeah.
Do you buy people's cards? Because I've got to be honest with you, my boyfriend is a card buyer.
No,
Okay.
I'm not, and I can't stand them in my house
Yeah,
either.
it's like that.
Phil opened one the other day, and it came late, and I was like, "Have you read it?" Bin.
In the bin.
Do you know what annoys me?
Go
Them
on.
cards when you open them and something goes
Oh yeah.
out of them, like confetti everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
Ugh, get Nutty Tart on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, Nutty Tart wouldn't stand for that. So, Electra, we have been doing this podcast with Strongbow and the Summer of Greatness. We've had some great moments with Strongbow this year, a few events that we've done. We have done a couple of brunches, one in London, one in Manchester, and also Brighton Pride. What were your highlights from the Strongbow Summer of Greatness?
There are a few.
Go on.
I think my favourite was definitely Brighton Pride.
Yeah.
That went off.
What was any particular standout moments?
Yes.
Go on.
So obviously, misleading.
Yeah.
My replacement the other week when
Yeah.
I was poorly.
Yeah.
when I was having
You still got
surgery on
paid
my
for
eyes.
it. That you still got paid for the episode, but let's not
But
let's
it's
not bring
okay.
that up now.
We can talk about it if you want. Let's have it out, Cal. No, so misleading. We were on stage, and misleading does this like trick, and where she roly polies, but I dared her to do it off the stage, and she took it too far.
And literally went off the stage.
She did a roly. She rolled in the air and landed straight on her coccyx, and she could not walk, and she had to have like the next show off, but she still got paid. There's a story here.
This is turning into a bit of a HR meeting, isn't it? Let's move on. Oh, my favourite moment from Brighton Pride was the icon, the legend, the moment that was Cheryl Ferguson on the Sunday.
The conga line.
The conga line. Cheryl Ferguson's conga line at Brighton Pride was quite something.
Teaching, the preaching. She was fantastic.
She was love it. And she finished off with a big sing-song, Greatest Showman, This Is Me.
And that was her.
Actually, I've just remembered something. My favourite moment from the summer and the episodes. We got to sing with Katie Price. Hanno!
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 No!
Love her.
Did you
When you sing, you're like, oh.
It's sexy. It sounds. It's like,
Princess hates it. She goes, Mum, when you sing, why don't you
give
go
us
like...
a little tune. Give
Yes,
us a
please
little
sing.
one.
Can we have I Got You? Can we have
Hanno!
Hanno! Hanno!
I love it. Hanno!
Hanno!
What's the... Yo, I know.
babe, that was great. that hurt. You know, oh yeah.
I've got to say that performance of I Got You on Loose Women has been a meme now for years, and I was the first person. I was the first person to ever do that, because it's like when you're at the cash machine and the bank tells you you've got no money, and then you go, I know.
I love that.
Oh, honestly.
But do you know what? That's an actual talent you've got, though.
Oh.
I don't know when you knew you got it, but to even come up with things like that is a talent in itself.
Oh,
so I
thank you very
applaud you
much.
for that.
That's very kind.
No, because it's funny, and I don't know what they. Not that I'm saying you haven't got talent. I don't know what they call that talent. Improvising something to make it funny. What do they call it? Like
being a sarky bastard, I think it's probably.
Yeah, not anyone can do that.
Well, yeah, no, I think actually that was amazing. And, you know, just to say, we've had an amazing time with Strongbow this year on all of the events. Thank you so much for everybody coming out and having fun with us. Hopefully we'll be doing it all again next year.
We definitely will.
Can you believe that this is the end of the road? This is the end of the road. This is the last episode. We're over. It's nearly done.
Sad.
Yeah, I feel a bit like a divorce.
No, it's not divorce. We'll do therapy for that.
It was definitely a separation on my part.
Oh, that's a bit awful, isn't it, Kath?
Honestly, no. Thank you so much, Alexa, for being part of the
thank
season.
you for having me.
We've loved it. It's been great.
I've loved it. It's been great.
And most importantly, a huge, huge thank you to you lot for tuning in every week, whether you've been watching on YouTube, social clips, or you've been listening in your ears. We really, really appreciate it. Hopefully, if you've never heard anything about Hun culture before, this podcast has kind of given you the lowdown on what Hun culture is, and hopefully you can go out there and live your best Hun life with all the tips and tricks and goss that we've brought up for you here. But we thought we would leave the season with a final inspirational quote from Electra Fence. So Electra, finish off the season in style with your inspirational quote.
Obviously, it's the last episode of this season, so we have to, give it a good one.
Yeah.
Give it a big one. And I was in the bogs the other day when I was in Windsor. It was me in-law's grandma's birthday anyway. That's why I was in Windsor. But I saw this in the bogs and it really resonated with me.
Go on.
Sometimes there is no next time. No second chance. No time out. Sometimes it is now or never. I think that's beautiful.
Cheers, son. Kids are crying. Until next time. Goodbye.
So that brings us to the end of another episode of That's So Hun, as part of the Strongbow Summer of Greatness. Follow at Strongbow UK on all your social channels for exclusive content, and we can't wait to see you soon, Huns. Over 18s only, please drink Strongbow responsibly. For more information, visit bedrinkaware.co.uk.